Have you ever conversed with an INFJ and wondered what lies beneath their words? Well, get ready to dive into the depths of INFJ communication as we unravel the hidden meanings behind their phrases. From their empathetic charm to their insightful expressions, we're about to decode the secret language of INFJs. If you want to learn how to read between the lines of an INFJ's words and actions, I invite you to come along on this insightful exploration of the INFJ code. Before we get started, if you need help determining what personality type you are, click the link in the description to take our favorite free personality test to find out. Number 1. I'm fine. The phrase "I'm fine" might seem straightforward, but for INFJs, it carries a more profound significance. When an INFJ utters these words, it often signifies a complex emotional landscape beneath the surface. Rather than a mere statement of well-being, it can indicate that they're wrestling with intricate feelings that they find challenging to articulate. What INFJs truly mean by saying "I'm fine" is that they might be contending with mixed emotions that they're not yet ready to share openly. Their empathetic nature drives them to consider the feelings of others, which can lead them to conceal their struggles to avoid burdening those around them. Furthermore, INFJs might downplay their emotions because they perceive them as insignificant or trivial. Their perfectionist tendencies contribute to this as they hold themselves to high standards, and admitting vulnerability might clash with their self-imposed pursuit of excellence. If you're interacting with an INFJ who claims to be fine, it's crucial to recognize the potential depth of their emotions. Creating a safe and non-judgmental space can encourage them to open up at their own pace. A simple assurance like "I'm here if you want to talk" communicates your support and willingness to listen, offering them the comfort they need to share their feelings. In a world where genuine emotions often remain concealed, understanding the real meaning behind an INFJ's "I'm fine" can foster genuine connections. By extending patience and empathy, you invite them to trust you with their innermost thoughts, developing a bond built on understanding and compassion. Number 2. I understand. The simple phrase "I understand" has a richer meaning when spoken by an INFJ. It goes beyond mere acknowledgement or agreement. It's an invitation into their empathetic world. When an INFJ says these words, they're not just acknowledging your comments, they're making a profound connection with you emotionally that transcends the surface. For INFJs, "I understand" is a declaration of their unique ability to feel the emotions and experiences of others as if they were their own. They're not just listening with their ears, but engaging their hearts and souls. This genuine understanding isn't limited to comprehending your words. It's about learning the emotions behind those words. When they say "I understand," it's an affirmation that they're walking alongside you in your journey. They're standing in your shoes, seeing the world through your eyes, and sharing the weight of your situation. Their empathetic nature allows them to connect with the nuances of your feelings, often unspoken, and offer you deep support. It's essential to recognize that when an INFJ says "I understand," they're extending a hand of empathy and compassion. It's their way of saying you're not alone in this. They provide a safe space to express yourself without judgment, and their willingness to truly understand can develop a sense of belonging and acceptance. So when you hear an INFJ say "I understand," know that they mean it from the depths of their empathetic hearts. It's an invitation to share your thoughts and feelings, secure in the knowledge that they genuinely care and are committed to walking with you through every emotion, challenge, and triumph. Number 3. I need some time alone. The classic INFJ phrase is "I need some time alone." It might sound like they're pushing you away, but hold on, there's more to it than meets the eye, or ear in this case. Let's dive into what's going on when an INFJ says this. First things first, it's not about avoiding you. INFJs cherish the connections they have, and that includes you. When they express the need for solitude, what they're saying is that they're tapping into their emotional self-care routine. Think of it as a little me time for the heart and mind. You see, INFJs thrive on introspection and reflection. It's their way of recharging their emotional batteries. So when they say "I need some time alone," they acknowledge that they've given out a lot of emotional energy and now it's time to refuel. It's not about you, it's about their relationship with themselves. Imagine it as a cozy retreat, a chance to sort through thoughts, feelings, and emotions. This introspection helps them find their center and regain the emotional balance they need to continue being the caring souls they are. It's like they're turning into their emotional radio station to find a clear signal among all the noise. So don't take it personally if an INFJ requests some alone time. It's not a snub, but a sign of their self-awareness and commitment to being emotionally present. They value the time they spend with you, and this solitude helps them bring their best selves to those connections. Next time you hear an INFJ say "I need some time alone," give them a knowing nod and let them have their space. It's all part of their unique way of keeping their emotional compass pointed in the right direction. Number 4. It's okay. Let's talk about the oh-so-relatable "it's okay" phrase, especially when it comes from an INFJ. It sounds pretty straightforward. Well, hang on, because there's a whole layer of depth here worth diving into. So, you hear them say, it's okay, and you might think, great, everything's fine. But here's the twist. That might only sometimes be part of the story. Behind those words, an INFJ could be juggling their emotions, disappointment, frustration, maybe even hurt. Yet their immediate response is to put your feelings ahead of theirs. Imagine this scenario. They've had a tough day or something didn't go as planned, but instead of unloading their feelings on you, they choose to reassure you. It's like they're emotional superheroes, making sure you're not carrying any extra weight. Their empathy shines bright here. They're willing to set aside their emotional whirlwind to keep the atmosphere favorable for you. However, here's where things get interesting. Keep an eye out for the tone of their voice and their body language. Sometimes a slight pause, a change in expression, or a fleeting look in their eyes can reveal more to the story. So when you hear an INFJ say, it's okay, take a moment to listen. Read between the lines. And if you sense something more, gently let them know you're there to share the load. Remember, this phrase isn't just a sentence, it's a glimpse into their extraordinary capacity for putting others first. And your ability to understand them beyond the surface can strengthen your connection in ways you can't imagine. Number 5. Let's do whatever you want. Okay, here's a phrase that might sound like they're handing you the reins, but there's more to it when it comes from an INFJ. You know how you'd think they'd be like the chillest folks, up for anything? Well, get ready because their version of whatever you want differs slightly. So they throw out the line, let's do whatever you want. They're down for your plan, right? But hold on, they're sprinkling in that signature INFJ magic. They're putting your happiness front and center on the stage. They might have ideas, preferences, or secret things they'd love to do, but their empathy engine is running at full power. Their main goal? Make sure you're having a blast. It's like they're the conductors of a joy orchestra. But wait, there's a secret passage here. While the INFJ is about your good times, be bold and dig deeper. They're not just wearing the easygoing hat, they've got a whole collection of interests and wishes too. So even though they might toss out the whatever you want card, they'd secretly love it if you showed interest in their wishes too. It's like a friendly exchange of consideration. When INFJs propose doing whatever you want, it's not just them being agreeable, it's their way of wrapping up a warm and fuzzy care package. So next time you catch those words slipping from their lips, nudge the conversation a bit. You might uncover some cool things they've been itching to do. After all, sharing dreams is a whole different kind of adventure. And speaking of, number 6, I had a weird dream. Let's talk about those quirky weird dream conversations, especially when they come from an INFJ. You think they're sharing some nighttime tales, but there's a whole treasure chest of meanings here. So they casually say, I had a weird dream. You might chuckle and think it's just another sleep story. But oh, the INFJ mind works in mysterious ways. They're not just narrating a movie from the night, but cracking open a window to their inner world. Those dreams aren't just random escapades, they're secret tunnels to their subconscious thoughts and emotions. By sharing them, an INFJ could indirectly give you a glimpse into their thoughts or worries. It's like a subtle hint at things that might be tricky to talk about head-on. It's like writing a message in invisible ink. The INFJ invites you to ask questions, dive into discussions, and uncover what's happening beneath the surface. Dreams can be like puzzle pieces, and they're giving you one to see if you're up for putting it together. So next time an INFJ shares a bizarre dream, don't just chuckle and move on. Ask them more, explore those dreamscapes, and you might uncover thoughts and feelings they're waiting to express. After all, dreams might be the back door to their unspoken world. Number 7, I think I'm being too sensitive. Let's dive into those I'm being too sensitive moments, especially when they come from an INFJ. It might sound like they're fishing for comfort, but a whole other story is hiding there. So they drop this line, I think I'm being too sensitive, and you might think they're just looking for some "you're wonderful" vibes, right? Well, there's more brewing beneath the surface. They're not on a quest for validation, but on an emotional expedition. They're not casually tossing out the sensitive card. They're like emotional detectives trying to figure out why certain things hit them harder than they might expect. They're piecing together a puzzle, trying to understand their empathetic responses. And it's not about seeking a pat on the back, but finding their emotional bearings. They're trying to navigate their feelings significantly when things deeply affect them. It's like they're exploring new territory within themselves and inviting you along for the journey. So when you hear an INFJ say they're being too sensitive, don't just go with a comforting response. Ask them about it, dive into their emotional world, and explore why certain things resonate strongly with them. You might uncover a treasure trove of insights about their complex dynamic landscape. After all, their sensitivity is like a superpower. Understanding it is like unlocking a new chapter in their story. And that wraps up our exploration of what INFJs say and what they really mean. If you've enjoyed this video and want to dive deep into more intriguing topics, check out the other videos on our channel. Remember to show your support by giving this video a like and leaving your thoughts in the comments below. And most importantly, if you want to stay updated with our latest content, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.